Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. Welcome to Monday Mastery, where we take an intuitive pulse on the energies that we are currently in, what we have just previously experienced, and call through a timeless message on how to move forward. Whoa, what a week. What a couple of weeks it's been. Real briefly, if I'll just give you a little bit of the solar weather from this past week, and then the timeless message will be shortly after that. Um, a fair amount of activity from a solar weather perspective. Monday, we had 12 M class solar flares and 6 C class, so that was pretty high. Tuesday, not so bad, 5M and 7 C class. Wednesday, we had an X 2.3. That was a doozy. That one came with some headaches and some fatigue and the need for a rest. Along with that X class solar flare, another 11 M class flares. So it was just a lot of intense energy. Thursday, we had 7 M class and 6 C. Friday, 1M, 13C. So even 13C class, they're not big flares, but that's quite a bit. And then, of course, we had the KP5 geomagnetic storm hit on Saturday as a result of the earlier X class, and very large M class solar flare followed that. It was an M9.49. So basically almost an X class solar flare on Sunday. And today is 11/11. So we've got a lot going on. 11/11. Happy 11/11 portal. The energy is amazing today. It is so beautiful. It feels very nurturing and supportive, and yet you might feel a little spacey or have a little bit of a difficult time focusing or concentrating. That's okay. Don't force yourself. Don't beat yourself up for not being productive. Let it be what it is. Be in the light and the flow of the energy today. We've got a very fascinating Taurus full moon coming up on the 15th, conjunct Uranus. At the same time, Saturn is moving direct, so that could potentially bring in a lot of big, powerful surges of sudden change and shifts. So watch out for that. Know that this 11/11 portal kind of keeps the energy open earlier than you would typically experience with the full moon. So we're going to just bleed into from this to that. So from the 11th, 11/11 portal, we go into big shifts and changes on the 15th with the full moon. And then, as if that weren't enough, then we have Pluto turning direct on the 19th, 20th, depending on where you're at in the world. So buckle your seatbelts. Things are shifting and changing. It's about to get really interesting. So watch, wait, see, trust, surrender, all the things, right? So I'll get to more of what we should do with that energy here in a second. But just revisiting last week for a minute, I do not want to bypass the intensity of last Tuesday and the election results. And I'm impartial. I dance in the middle. So I will say I am sorry to anyone who is struggling. I am happy for those who are celebrating. I will just say this, and I know it's very difficult, and a lot of people get upset or pissy when other people say this, but I'm still going to say it anyways. Trust in the divine plan. Trust in the divine plan. Everything is in perfect divine order, no matter what, right? So if you're feeling triggered, it's a gift, right? Last week, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, people were activated. Tuesday, especially, there was a lot of intensity. A lot of internal chaos I could sense from the collective, very unsettled, activated, fatiguing. It was almost as if there was a crash after that day because of the intensity of how activated the collective was that day. Very, very strange day. Wednesday, following that, there was a very odd sense of stillness. I go out to run at 5:30 in the morning, and yeah, it's still in the morning, but this was beyond that normal stillness. And then that only lasted for about an hour. Then we hit the chaos, right? Then it was just like this frazzled sensation. And again, we had the X class solar flare on Wednesday, so that would explain part of that as well. All right, so timeless message. Here we go. Whenever you see this, this is for you. It doesn't matter if it was, post-election or 11/11 or all those things. This message is for you if you found it. I can promise you that. I love the divine algorithm. It's so much fun. Those of us who have done the work are about to reap the rewards. This is a time of reaping. So whatever you have been cultivating, whatever you have been creating, whatever you have been resisting, it will be brought forward in this moment. And for those of us who've been doing the work, that's really good news. That's really good news. I don't know about you, but I can feel the beauty and the magnitude of the gift that is right around the corner. And it is powerful, beyond our wildest dreams, greater than we ever could have imagined. Right? So, reading my notes here. It is important to hold ourselves through the discomfort of this time. Whether you didn't get the president that you wanted, or you're dealing with the uncertainty of how life is about to change, you can feel it coming. You don't know what that looks like. There's a lot of ambiguity, a lot of cloudiness. Remember, detachment is the key. Detachment is the key. Surrender to the divine will and trust. It is working in your favor. Life is happening for you and not to you. Surrender to whatever happens. This is where we can have that peace that passes all understanding. Is if God's in charge, I don't have to worry about it. Right? I don't have to carry that burden. Right? I'm not trying to do God's job. So I'm not suffering because of that. And we have to learn to hold ourselves through the discomfort and recognize the beautiful gift of working with so many people. Is I see a lot of patterns, and every time there's a trigger, it's personal. It is personal. We're taking it personally, even though we shouldn't. There is a trauma, there is a wound, there is a belief, there is a misalignment to truth living inside of you, showing you where you are not free. And that is a gift, even though it's uncomfortable. So we have to learn to hold ourselves through this discomfort. Check out the video I posted last week. It's all about distress tolerance and learning to hold ourselves through these difficult times so that we don't fall back, so that we don't turn back to the old ways, so that we don't collapse, so that we can withstand the shaking that happens in the body in these uncomfortable moments. We want to start to tell ourselves a new story. Good things are happening. Good things are coming. No matter what it looks like on the outside, nothing is as it seems. We are playing a 5D game. We are no longer playing by 3D rules. Don't tell yourself a story that there's a problem. There's not. There are no problems. Just notice how strange time has felt. I don't know about you, but I've had to reorient a couple of times in the last week or so. Yes, high levels of uncertainty and change can cause a lot of stress, and that can cause the body to kind of lose its place in time. But this is different. So just notice whatever's happening is supposed to be happening, and it's in perfect divine order, right? If you're feeling disoriented, look at what is happening inside of you. What am I fearing? What am I afraid of? What am I concerned about? What am I believing? Right? Where am I seeing fear instead of love? Because there's only two types of thoughts, fear or love. It is time to choose love. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Remember that, right? Time to go from that chaos to that inner stillness through the peace that passes all understanding. That is through your relationship with your divine, with the divine, and with the Christ energy, right? Big things are shifting. Big things are coming. Doors are opening. Doors are closing. The energies are intense. It's an understatement. There's no word to explain properly the intensity of what we have been through and possibly what is coming. But again, it's for our good. And things seem to be moving faster and faster. I suspect with both Saturn and Pluto moving direct, we're going to see some speed in the next few weeks. We're looking at 4 of the large outer planets changing signs next year. Your life will not look the same. There's no clinging to the past. There's nothing you can do to stop what's coming. It is rare that 1 or 2 planets change sign. The outer planets, big outer planets. I mean, Pluto's not big, but he's a heavy hitter. He's big in his energy. 4 in 1 year. Lori from Morning Glory used the phrase, she said, it's not a new chapter, it's a new book. I don't know about you, but I can feel that. It's a new life. It's a new you. It's a new world. That can be beautiful if you can believe it will be, right? Yeah, this is the tower moment. The tower is crumbling right before our very eyes. We might even be in the tunnel or in the tower as it crumbles around us, right? But we're still safe. We are promised that we are protected. by the divine. If we cultivate that relationship and become solid in our core, believing I am safe because of my relationship with the divine, right? Belief is everything, everything. Your thoughts don't create your reality. Your beliefs do. Cognitive behavioral psychology tells us our beliefs lead to our thoughts. Thoughts lead to emotions, emotions to actions, actions to result, and then reaffirm the belief. It is your beliefs. Yes, the words are powerful. Yes, spelling is casting spells. I get it. I get it. But it's not the root. It's not the source. And you got to go for the root. You just pull the head off the dandelion, you're going to get another dandelion. You got to go for the root of the weed. I love dandelions, by the way. They shouldn't be weeds. But anyways, I digress. There's nothing you can do to stop what's coming. In fact, there's nothing you can do to mess up what's coming either. It's already done. Resistance is futile. And if you're resisting what is trying to come into your life, you are basically going against God. So good luck with that. If you're trying to fight the divine plan, you're only going to create suffering for yourself, right? The good news is you can't mess it up either. It's already done. It's already happening. It is happening, whether you like it or not. That's the beauty of this. And there's going to be more conversations. Likely this next video that I do will be around manifestation versus creation, and even just receiving the divine will. Because when we're efforting and trying to manifest something, there's lack in that. But what's happening right now, this is fate. This is destiny. This is the divine will for your life. There's no going against that. There's no changing that. There's no need for effort. There's no need for trying to make it happen, trying to manipulate things, trying to control things. That's all ego-based consciousness. Time to let it go. And I will raise my hand as guilty. Perfectionist, type A, high achieving personality. Yes, we know all about those ego-based consciousness of, manipulation and control. It can look a little bit scary because it's the uncertainty, right? It looks good, but it's not clear exactly how it's going to go, right? So just assure the ego, assure the self, and assure the inner parts and the heart, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, right? Synchronicities are off the charts. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing numbers like 10 times an hour. It's absolutely insane. I can't even keep up with them. There's ample confirmation and reassurance. If you just look around and you will see it, right? Trust the divine will for your life. Choose what is choosing you and surrender to the flow of the divine plan, right? The universe is speaking loudly. So you just really have to make sure that you're listening, because the answers you seek are readily available, right? Trust the divine will for your life. Trust that he wants, God, source, creator, he, she, it, they, them, wants to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future, not to harm you. This is not going to hurt you. Okay. Celebrate the triggers. Even after I just said it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, you might get triggered. It won't kill you. Sometimes it feels like it might, but it won't. I promise. On average, emotions last about 90 seconds. So just sit with this trigger. Heal the trigger. Embrace the new life that is trying to come through, no matter how scary or uncertain that looks. Okay. New earth is emerging. The golden age is here. However you want to say it, right? Dreams are coming true. It is going to be beautiful, but you must believe to receive. Because if you're holding on to that fear that there's a problem, that is what you're going to receive, right? So heal the trauma that causes the disbelief. No matter what you do, do not run from difficult emotions right now. This is such a critical, pivotal time. It's like the road is separating. There's I don't want to say right path and wrong path, but there's the right and the left path. Well, given the politics, we don't even want to say that. Option A and option B, both are good. All paths lead to Rome, but one might have a little bit more of a meander to it if you choose to hold on to the past, or to be in resistance, or to not do the trauma work, or whatever it is that's coming up, to not face it. It's the not facing it that keeps you stuck and prevents you from going towards your dreams, the dreams, that the desires of your heart that were put there by the divine to lead you towards your path and purpose. And I will personally attest, I never in a million years thought that it could be as good as it looks like it's going to be. And I think I don't even have a full picture yet. Beyond your wildest dreams, I can promise you, your highest timeline, your life purpose path is beyond your wildest dreams. The divine already knows what your dream is. You don't have to worry about the vision board and the visualization and the efforting and the affirmations. Yes, they're all good. They're all helpful. But if you're trying, you're forcing, you're pushing. You just float, row, row, row your boat, right? Float gently down the stream. The divine will take you to a life beyond your wildest dreams. Pinky promise? So really look at that trauma. That's why the body is such a beautiful gift. It is so intelligent. It is amazing. It's looking like fascia and plasma within fascia has a proto-consciousness. I'm still validating this, so don't quote me on it. I cannot point to research yet, but it sure does make sense in what I see in the somatic trauma spotting sessions that I conduct. So the body is the temple of the spirit. No surprise. It is highly, highly intelligent. The brain is often the last to know. We must work with the body. So stop running from the fear, stop running from the discomfort, stop running from the triggers, and really ask yourself, stop self-abandoning, right? Because if you are not doing the work, if you're not going towards the fears or towards the traumas or towards the triggers, you are abandoning yourself and you're waiting. You're putting your life on hold. I did it for a long time. I was always waiting. Next year, next year, next year. When this happens, when that happens, when I make this, when I make that, when they do this, when they do that. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Go towards the triggers and the traumas, and that will set you free, right? Really ask yourself, what would you give to be set free? What would you give? I would have given anything. I would have given everything to be set free. And I kind of did. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, do I want to spend my whole life waiting and hoping that something falls in my lap and works out? Or am I ready to stop wasting my time, wasting my life, putting my life on hold, and just get it over with? It's like the dentist appointment you don't want to schedule. Just do it. Get it over with. Your life will be so much better if you stop putting things off, right? It's time to move. It's time to be free. It is time to set yourself free. That's why I created a course, a community. Trauma Spotting, the gift of the divine, gave me trauma spotting for you, for beautiful heart-centered beings, for light workers who came here to shine, who are not able to step into purpose because of that unhealed complex trauma. Most of us had a difficult childhood or a toxic relationship or just societal programming that holds us back. The key is the body. The body keeps the score. Trauma spotting will set you free, right? So if you want to know more, there's a free training down below where I explain it all. Otherwise, you can just sign up for the course today, right? $133 a month. It's nothing. It's nothing. What would you pay to be set free? Okay. All right. I love you, my friends. I am here for you. Literally, your purpose is my purpose. I love you so very much. Come join me on the other side. I'll see you over there. Namaste.